Stop scrolling. The US Labor Secretary just resigned and your gas price jumped 1.40 in 20 minutes. I'm not kidding. At 9:17 a.m. Eastern, the Secretary walked out of the Labor Department.
The Fed is raising interest rates again.
By 9:37 a.m., oil hit $84.20. By 10:05 a.m., the 30-year mortgage rate went from 6.82% to 6.89%. You don't care about DC drama? Cool. But you care about your F-150 fill-out costing $18 more. You care about your house payment going up $19 a month? That's what happened today. In the next 13 minutes, I'll show you the $41.1 million budget question, why Wall Street called this a governance downgrade, and the 3 dates that will decide if hits $4 by Memorial Day. At 9:17 a.m., an official statement firm's labor secretary is out, pursuing a private sector opportunity. An acting official now leads the department. 9:18 a.m. to 9:48 a.m. Here's the tape. 10-year Treasury, 4.31% to 4.3%. That's $6 billion in value gone. Dollar index plus 0.4%. Stronger dollar usually drops oil, but oil went up. That's called a risk premium. WTI crude, $82.80 to $84.20. S&P 500 Industrials, Caterpillar, minus 2.1%. Deere, minus 1.8%. United Retorts, minus 2%. Why? Because the Labor Department owns the data. Non-farm payrolls, CPI, gellets. If traders think the next report is late, revised, or political, they charge you interest front. That's the 0.07% mortgage jump you saw today. On a $400 loan, 0.07% equals $19 a month. That is $6,840 over 30 years. The secretary resigned, and you just bought a used PS5 for the bank.
So what triggered this? Multiple outlets report the Office of Inspector General was reviewing 3 categories. 1, expense controls. The department's 2025 travel budget is $41 million. Reports cite site visits that matched personal travel. If even 1% was miscoded, that's $410,000. In Sarbanes-Oxley terms, that's a material weakness. The secretary denies all claims. 2, workplace conduct. Allegations include alcohol during work hours and staff doing personal tasks. Again, denied. No OI report is public yet. 3, facility access.
Reports say a spouse was barred from HQ after employee complaints. 1 incident allegedly on camera. No charges filed. All parties deny.
2 senior aides resigned in February during the same inquiry. Finance translation. If this were a public company and the CEO plus 2 VPs left during an audit, the stock would drop 8%. The stock here is the US dollar, and it wobbled today. Communications director posted, "She did a phenomenal job protecting American workers, enacting fair labor practices, and helping Americans gain additional skills." Here's the data during her 14-month term. Manufacturing jobs, minus 142,000. Construction, minus 88,000. Labor force specific 62.4% to 60.1%. Real wages, minus 0.3% after inflation. Is that her fault? No. Fed hiked 5 times. China slowed. AI hit call centers.
But markets don't grade on a curve. The secretary is the CEO of jobs. When the CEO exits suddenly, guidance gets pulled.
And here's the kicker. 4 hours before resigning, a post went out about expanding apprenticeships. No sign of an exit.
That kind of sudden departure spooks markets more than a planned transition. Breathes. Retention drop. YouTube data to viewers I repairy of Skillial. YouTube data's videos, Tech shows 40% of viewers leave finance videos at minute 4. So here's your reason to stay. At minute 6, I'm going to show you the exact formula gas stations use to raise prices when they see this news. It's called uncertainty pricing, and it costs you 12 cents a gallon. This is the money part. Center of the video. Question, why does a labor secretary mow this is oil expensive? 3B the beats rided. Why does a labor secretary quitting make oil expensive? Eat with 3 reasons. 1, Fed policy fog. The Fed needs clean jobs data to cut rates. If traders think May 2nd's jobs report is delayed, they bet higher for longer. Higher rates equal recession fear. Refiners cut production now to avoid getting stuck with inventory. Less supply next month means higher futures today. 2, CEO confidence. 200 CEOs were surveyed. Number 1 factor delaying hiring, government data credibility. If they don't trust the BLS, they don't buy trucks. And those trucks don't run on fairy dust. Fewer truck orders means diesel demand forecasts drop. Energy and traders hedge by buying crude. 3, consumer psychology. University of Michigan data. When cabinet chaos trends on Google, one-year inflation expectations jump 0.2% in 72 hours. Gas stations have pricing software. It scrapes news. Chaos equals plus 5 cents overnight. AAA national average, 3.71 this morning. Futures imply 3.83 by May 1st, and 3.96 by Memorial Day if WTR breaks $90. Let's do the math. You drive an F-150 with a 36-gallon tank. A 25-cent jump means $9 extra per fill. Four fills a month? That's $36.
That's your Netflix, Spotify, and ChatGPT sub gone. Now, let's talk about that confirmation hearing. A senator asked about the PRO Act. The nominee said, "I support states who want to protect their right to work." Another senator asked again. The answer? "I support the American worker. I support the American worker." Markets heard one thing: policy uncertainty.
When labor cost rules might flip, companies add 2% to their project internal rate of return.
That's why factory construction slowed 11% last year.
On TV, explaining a bad jobs report, the secretary said household surveys were not able to be done, and businesses submitted information late. Sometimes it's too late to get accurate data points. Translation for Wall Street, the $28 trillion Treasury market is priced off data that might be late. That sentence alone can move yields 3 basis points. Today it moved 6. On another show, discussing Fed cuts, because of the shutdown, we don't have accurate data for them to make a good decision. If you're a bond trader, no accurate data equals no conviction. No conviction means a wider bid-ask spread, which means you pay more for a mortgage. Let's pretend the Labor Department IPO'd. Ticker, USD-DES. Revenue, a $14.2 billion budget from Congress. Products, BLS data, OSHA rules, NRD, 401k oversight. Customers, 168 million workers, 6 million employers. Q1 2026 events. CEO resigns during audit. CFO and COO resigned Q4 2025. Audit committee equals OIG investigating. What does a bank do? Downgrade from buy to hold. Target price minus 12%. That's what happened to America today. The downgrade was 6 basis points in treasuries and $1.40 in oil. Your 401k is a shareholder. 60% of target date funds hold Treasuries. When yields jump, bond prices fall. Your safe bonds lost 0.5% today. On a $100 401k, that's $500. Poof. OSHA is also in labor. If safety enforcement looks weak, warehouse insurance premiums rise. Now should really is blong kunner a most meng down lonian to now the insurance of your predstol. Retailers eat that cost, then raise prices. That's the rollers you're quite dating, and that's sprugus IK for fetty sinly most the repeagled extra if fellery. That was the wonder $50 you'll pay extra for paper towels next month.
So was this politics? No. This was a credit rating event for the United States, and you're the card holder. Comment right now what's squeezing you more, A, gas prices, or B, mortgage/rent. I read every comment, and your answer decides my next video. If you want me to go live at 8:29 a.m. on May 2nd to break down the jobs report tick by tick, smash the subscribe button. We're 12,000 subs away from unlocking live streaming. And if you're new here, I turn boring government reports into money you can save. New video every Tuesday and Friday. See you May 2nd. Watch your gas cage. Until then.